Hello everyone, welcome back to Year 8 Mathematics. My name is Victor, and in Year 7, we learned how to calculate theoretical probability. So for example, flipping a coin is a 50-50 chance, right? But what happens in the real world when you flip a coin 10 times? Do you always get 5 heads or 5 tails? Usually no. Today we're going to look at experimental probability. So theoretical probability means what should happen right here. This is the perfect mathematical world. It is what should happen based on the formula, favorable outcomes over total outcomes. Whereas with experimental probability, this is also called relative frequency. So relative, I'm not gonna write that all out, sorry. Is the messy real world. It's also the real world. Is it what actually happened when you ran an experiment? So let's write the formula. We have P of x exp here. This is going to be equals to the amount of successful trials, so st over tt, which is going to be total trials. Okay, I'm writing is in shortcuts here, but you can st successful trials, and here this is like total trials. And then for failed trials is like F trials or something like that. It should be very understandable. Okay, so let's run an experiment. I'm gonna flip a coin 10 times, and I got heads 7 times, and I got tails 3 times. Let's say something like that. Okay. Now in theoretical P, theoretical P of heads, because it's 50-50, right? Because it's 50-50, I should have gotten a 0.5 or something like that, one half, like 0.5 right here, right? 0.5. But in experimental, what am I saying? Experimental, yeah, experimental P with heads here. Experimental P of heads. Because I succeeded 7 times this, so I need to divide 7 by 10. This is actually the experiment that I got. Okay, so this is the actual probability. So 7 over 10. So notice that 0.7 right here, everyone, 0.7 doesn't actually match with 0.5. It doesn't. It's much higher. It's in a small experiment where things happen. Getting 7 heads out of 10 is just a minor streak of luck. So, but what if we programmed a complete computer to flip a coin 10,000 times? What would that happen? 10,000 times. What would this happen? More trials means that it would be closer to the theoretical number. So the limit of this would actually go to 0.5. Yes. This is a fundamental law of mathematics. If you run a small number of trials, the experimental probability will jump all over the place. But if you run hundreds and thousands of trials, the probability, the experimental probability, will slowly drift to the perfect theoretical probability. So let's say for 1,000 times, for 1,000 flips, I get 4,985 heads or so, and I have 5,015 tails. Yeah, let's say that this is the case. And so what we need to calculate now is the experimental P. Experimental P. Right here of heads. We're going to take the number here, 4,985. When we divide it by 1,000, this should give us 0.4985. Now, notice that it's actually very closer to 0.5 now. Now, if you flip this a million times, it will be even closer. This will give us like 0.499999 something like that. Okay, but the core of the idea is that with a small amount, this number will be very big or very small. Whereas if there are a large number of trials, this number it will go closer to this theoretical probability right here. So remember that the formula is always favorable over total for today's habits, whether in theory or in experiment. And always remember that the golden rule of statistics is that more trials means it's closer to the theoretical probability. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.